Over the past few seasons, our next guest has emerged as one of the top tight ends in the NFL. He was drafted by the Minnesota Vikings with the 43rd overall pick in the 2011 draft. 2012, he earned Pro Bowl MVP honors. Last year, he set a franchise record for most receptions in a season by a tight end with 83 catches. And joining us now on the Notre Dame Day hotline is Kyle Rudolph. And Kyle, welcome to Notre Dame Day.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, before we talk football, I understand that you and your wife welcomed twin girls this past fall. Congratulations. How are Mom and the babies doing? How are you doing with all this?
Thank you. Doing extremely well. It's always fun to add twins right in the middle of the season because we're not that busy or anything come October. But, no, it's been a ton of fun. They're 6 months old now and starting to develop into, little people, and they're reacting and smiling and becoming a lot more interactive. So it's been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of highlights throughout my career, but becoming a dad and fatherhood has definitely been at the top of that.
I would imagine it might be your proudest moment, Kyle. Take us back to 2008. You had numerous offers from, well, let's face it, all the top colleges in the country. How did you decide to come to Notre Dame?
Everyone assumes being an Irish Catholic from Cincinnati, I grew up a huge Notre Dame fan, and I really just grew up a big football fan, and it wasn't until I went on my first visit. I'll never forget coming up for a game my junior year was the 2006 season, watching Notre Dame play North Carolina at home and, seeing things around campus and getting to meet a lot of the coaches and players. And, I'll never forget my meeting with Coach Weiss in his office before the game when he offered me a scholarship to the University of Notre Dame. And at the time, my parents and I, we just assumed we were going out there on a junior day to kind of check it out. And, really from that point on, I knew that's where I needed to be and where I had the best opportunity to succeed, both on the field, but especially off the field with, the Notre Dame education and the alumni network.
Now, you and fellow Fighting Irish star Harrison Smith have really established yourselves as key leaders for that Vikings squad on both sides of the football. What's it been like having another Notre Dame player in Minnesota?
It's been awesome. Harrison was a guy that got to Notre Dame a year before I did, and a guy who kind of showed me the ropes when I got there as a true freshman. And then, how it worked out, the way our careers played out. I got here a year before he did, and, roles kind of reversed. And then, I tried to do my best to show him the ropes around here in Minnesota. And, he's turned into an incredible professional football player. And, he's one of the best at his position and a guy that I enjoy competing against every day in practice and a guy that I'm glad I don't ever have to see on Sundays.
I'll bet. Now, of course, you continue to follow the Fighting Irish, I'm sure. What are your expectations for 2017, especially after what happened last season?
I'm extremely excited for this football team. I think you'll see a lot of changes and a lot of things that you saw just in the blue-gold game this past weekend. One thing's for sure, anytime expectations aren't met, and, it's like that at any football level. When you go into a season with high expectations and you don't meet those expectations, things always change, and you're kind of humbled a bit to the point where you go and maybe work a little harder this offseason to get back to where you're supposed to be as a player and especially as a program.
All right, Kyle Rudolph. Kyle, thank you very much for joining us on Notre Dame Day. Good luck with your pro career, and most of all, good luck with that beautiful family of yours and those twin girls.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, and go Irish.
Go Irish.